Every time you watch the video about the persecuted church, you feel something stirring you. You imagine yourself standing firm, dying well, refusing to deny Jesus' name. I need to tell you something. Peter said the same thing you're saying. Even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you. Matthew 26. Hours later, he denied Jesus 3 times to a servant girl, not a soldier, not a judge, a servant girl asking a question by fire. The feeling that stirred in Peter, the one stirring in you right now, it lied to him too. You live in a country where nobody is coming for you. No soldiers, no prison, no execution. The dramatic test you keep rehearsing in your head, it's not coming. So let's talk about the test that actually is. Would your generosity change your standard of living? Not the tip you rounded up. Not the auto draft you forgot about. Generosity, that means a smaller house, an older car, a vacation you don't take because someone else needs it more than you need it. Would you open your home to someone who can't pay you back? Jesus said it plainly. Don't invite the people who'll invite you back. Invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the addict, the single mom from church you don't really know, the neighbor everyone avoids, people whose presence costs you something and gives you nothing back. Would you tell the truth at work when they cost you your promotion? When they cost you your job? When everyone in the room is laughing at the thing you know is wrong and silence is free and speaking up is expensive? Would you refuse to hate the people your tribe tells you to hate? Jesus said, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Not tolerate, love your political tribe's enemies, your theological tribe's enemies, your online tribe's enemies, the ones you're allowed to despise, the ones it's safe to mock. Would you love them when your own people would call you a traitor for it? Would you stay? Would you stay in that difficult marriage, the difficult church, the difficult neighborhood, when leaving is easier and everyone would understand? Would you stay anyways because covenant means something? Would you forgive someone who never apologized, who isn't sorry, who would do it again? Forgive them anyway because Christ forgave you while you were still his enemy. Would you raise your kids in the faith when the whole culture is pulling the other direction, slowly, patiently, for 18 years, with prayer they don't see and discipline they don't thank you for? Would you pray when nobody's watching, fast when nobody knows it, give in secret? Jesus said to do these things in the room with the door closed, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. Would you do the things that don't go on your story? Would you care for the elderly, the disabled, the addicted, the imprisoned for years, decades, without an audience, without a platform, without a single person ever knowing you did it? James, the brother of Jesus Christ, called that pure religion. Not the kind that trends, the kind that nobody sees, bless God. This is the martyrdom that is actually being asked of you, not the dramatic death, 10,000 small ones, your comfort, your reputation, your money, your time, your right to be right, your right to be noticed, dying to all of it slowly in a country that will never persecute you for any of it. Jesus said, who is faithful in very little is faithful in much. The opposite is also true. If you wouldn't give up the promotion, you wouldn't give up your life. If you can't open your home, you couldn't open a prison cell. If you won't forgive your brother, you won't forgive the executioner. Jesus didn't say, take up your cross once. He said, take it up daily, every day. The cross in front of you today is the only one you've actually been given. The dramatic one you keep imagining, that's not faithfulness. That's a fantasy you use to feel faithful without being faithful. Peter eventually did die for Jesus. Tradition says he was crucified upside down in Rome. But he didn't get there through the feeling he had at the Last Supper. He got there through years of actually following, of failing and being restored, of feeding sheep when nobody was watching, of small obediences nobody filmed. The death, the big death, when it came, was just the last one in a long line. Stop rehearsing the death you'll never die. Start dying the death you're actually being asked to. We are in hot pursuit of the Almighty. Don't get left behind.